Hello, everyone. All right. I'm so excited. This is round two of asking the loaded question, true or false. Your energy has nothing to do with your level of sales and productivity. I'm Sensei Victoria Whitfield. You can find me at naturalintuition.com. But first, before we get into this, I want you to know this amazing visionary woman that I'm speaking to and who's offering her insight, her perspective on this question. So, Goddess, could you tell us who you are, what you do, where people can find you so that they have more of a background of like your voice and where you're coming from?
Thank you, Victoria. Absolutely. So my name is Dana Moore. I am the spiritual director at Inspired Lightwork, where I help passionate women business owners lean into their leadership potential to achieve their next level of business and life. So I have lots of thoughts and experience around energy levels and productivity and sales. And oh my goodness, I'm so excited to share.
I'm so excited too. I know I picked the perfect goddess. Well, I didn't pick you. You were magnetized to me. Thank you for stepping forward, Mama.
Always, anytime.
So we're both energy healers. We've known each other. By the way, everyone watching, I've known Dana for a long time. We go back, way back, right? And so I'm so stoked to hear what your take on this question is, because as a community, we've been journeying with this question of true or false, your energy has nothing to do with your level of sales and productivity. We've been journeying with this for a few weeks now, having heated debates, and I want to hear your special flavor. Okay, go.
Okay, here it comes. So you said true or false. And I think when you originally posed this question, I said true. Then I came back with hey, is this a trick question? Because it depends on who you are and how you operate. So I'll tell you for a personal story. One of my business coaches loves to say, Dana, go take a nap. Whenever you go rest, you make money, which is true. Which is true because I've spent so much of my professional career learning how I operate best and what I need to be supported and to be super productive. And for me, it's not push, 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 work harder, spend more time on the thing if it's not working for me. It's spend less. It's take a step back, gain some perspective, get some rest, come back refreshed and renewed, and then tackle the work. I'll tell you, I remember a funny story. A few years back, I was working with a company, and I, started making some mistakes and just like dropping balls, and it just wasn't good. And I didn't love it, but I knew that it was happening. And I was talking to the CEO about it. And he's like, yeah, Dana, because you're really great at this. You can overcome this. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I need to take some time off. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I should probably cut back my hours some so that so that I can show up refreshed and eliminate this issue. That's how it works for me, and that's how it works in my world. If I continue to work at something that I'm already tired of, it's just going to go more downhill. It's not going to get better. I need my energy at 100% to operate that way. And that's if I am hands-on in the work, right? So you want a fresh mind for the work. On the other side of that is the delegation process. For many years, I've run a virtual assistant company. As a woman under 40, woman of color in tech, over 10 years in my own business, my own virtual assistant business and company, I have learned that delegation is the key to supporting and maintaining my own energy levels. So, my other approach is if I'm working on something and it's not working out for me, I either need to go take a nap or I need to delegate it to someone. I need someone else to handle this for me. And while that person is handling it, I could be sleeping, I could be walking, I could be enjoying my children or my partner or working on another project. But I'm still productive by way of another person. So, just to step back and recap that, I make money from bed. When I rest, when I am relaxed and feeling good, I believe that my clients are then attracted to me. That's when people start to think about me. That's when people begin to reach out and say, hey, Dana, I was just thinking this, or can you do this, or I really need a session. And I love to book sessions in bed. I love to finalize contracts in bed. It's because it's a matter of relationship and communication, and I can communicate from anywhere. Now, if my energy level is low, am I doing as great a job personally? Maybe not. But I have a wonderful, amazing team of support that can do the job awesomely, whether I'm energized or not.
This is so juicy as expected. So, what I love, first and foremost, is you and me both, sis. Business from the you're doing a business from bed. I'm business from the bathtub. Like, I make the best money when I'm relaxed and juiced and in flow. From like both of us being energy healers, I think we have an understanding of our own physical relationship to energy throughout our bodies as well as throughout our environments, our relationships, like our world around us, we see that as interconnected. And you exemplify that so beautifully. And what I also celebrate in what I heard you say just now is the power of delegating. So being able, again, the question is true or false. Your energy has nothing to do with your level of sales and productivity. And I love the point that you've made around I can be highly productive because someone else is doing it, or I can give it to someone else. Could you go a little bit more into the delegation aspect? Because like I want people to understand how special your point of view is, not only as a young woman of color business owner, successful business owner, but also owning a virtual assistant company and being an energy healer and also like working in operations and all these types of things. You and we didn't even get to the part of like spiritual leadership in the church and all that stuff. So, like, you have so much of a great perspective around, my guides are saying, leveraging other people's energy. So could you unpack that a little bit more? Tell me.
Gosh, we'll be unpacking for a long time. So I'm going to move a little quickly.
Okay.
Notebook. Grab your notebook. Okay. So one, when it comes to energy, as an energy worker, as an intuitive empath, I am activated by other people, right? So I get turned on when I am working with other people, and that can affect my energy and the way that I show up, right? Before we got on this call, you had said, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a little tired. It's a little later in the day for me because I start my day early, but here we are. I'm talking to Victoria and it's exciting. It feels good, right? So that's number one. Number two, when it comes to delegation, right? As a leader, you you are the vision, right? You hold the vision. I like to say you are the projector screen as a leader, and everyone else comes to watch your movie. And if they like it, they're going to get on board. And you want them to get on board and be excited. You want them to be a part of it. You want them to see themselves in it. And it's based on your energy and how you show up. If I show up and I'm like, yeah, I think I've got this idea, I think it's going to be all right, but I don't know. Ooh, who's gonna want to get in on that if your energy is super low? So that's a way that your energy can affect your sales and your process. If you are not showing up with this belief and fervor for yourself, it's hard to get other people to live into that with you. The same goes for your team. If you're managing a team and you have a sales team and you show up every day and you're like, oh, blah, 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 people are going to take that on. They're going to see your level of interest and energy about it, and that is how they are going to start off on their road and work. Unless you find someone amazing like Victoria or myself who sees this amazing thing that you have and is like, oh no, we're going to bring some life to this and get it going. But we are rare gems. We are rare finds in the world, ironically. And it's not common when you're saying, yeah, I need, someone to do these sales in this way. So getting back to delegation, the way you show up as a leader is the energy that you come with as a leader holds a lot of weight with your team and how people move and what they get done. If you are on top of your game and you know what your to-do list is and what your follow-up list is, your people are going to be more likely to show up with everything on that list because they know you're going to ask for it. But if you are in this constant state of disarray and you're not sure what's where, people will lean back and take that space where they can and be glad that you didn't ask for the thing that they didn't finish, right? Right? So that has an effect. And the way that you run and operate your business, many people have the luxury of having a wonderful idea and a wonderful service that they can share with the world, and you don't get to see behind the scenes of what's happening, what's out of place. I get to see that stuff. That's what happens when I work with people. I go take a deep dive into your systems and your structures, and I see what's going on. What's interesting about that is people that have tight systems that are working for them have the energy to show up and get the stuff done. People whose systems are antiquated or just non-existent are tired, stressed out, overwhelmed, and overburdened because they know they don't have the strong foundation that they need to continue to grow. They also tend to feel like they have to do everything themselves because they don't have a documented system or a structure that works for their business and company. So that's another way that your energy levels do affect your business and your sales. I'm trying to think of a sales system and pipeline. I kind of want to use you, Victoria, right, with your amazing monkey team. You know where things are, they're going. If I send an email, I'm going to get a response. It's not going to be from Victoria because she's probably in Paris somewhere with a client, like a Momentum Live event, right? But I know that her team is responsive. They're on top of the systems. So while Victoria is doing the things that she loves and the things that only Victoria can do, using her energy for the things that she's good at, her team is working on the sales process. Her team is energized. Her team is amazing because they work closely with Victoria. Victoria shows up as a leader who is clear about what her goal is, what she desires, puts in the thought, shares that with a trusted team. Not just working with people, because this is another place where that can drain your energy and affect your sales. Not just working with people who say that they'll show up and get the job done, but people who want to see you succeed. People who are indoctrinated into your business. They are your cheerleaders, they are your teammates. They desire to know more and learn more with you so that they can take that burden off of you, so that they can shift the process, look at what you're doing that's great, and make the tweaks that can make it more successful. And so finding the right kind of teammates and the right energy where people are contributing, not just taking, makes a huge difference on your energy levels and your sales. So if you don't have the energy, because this is a problem many business owners have, if you don't have the energy to identify the problems within your staff, and let go of those that are not serving you and look for the right kind of people, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. I'm going to take a sip on that one.
Yes. You better drop that mic and take a sip. Yes, queen. Oh, that was so juicy. I have to celebrate. So there's the celebrating you bringing up systems. Like you said that when someone has tight systems, they have the energy to show up and lead their team, right? Or to show up and close sales, or they have the energy because the systems take care of it. But then you dove even deeper into that. And especially went into picking the right team, having the right people in your corner, people who are indoctrinated into your work and who are your cheerleaders. And that if they're just showing up to promise and then take, rather than to really show up to give and to build together, that can be super draining. And woo, I've got the $60,000 mistake from last year to back up exactly what you just said there, Mama. It's no bueno. It's no bueno.
Yeah, and there's a huge difference, right? When I book a meeting with my assistant, the energy is different, right? I might show up a little all over the place, but my goal is to maybe map out my calendar, talk about some projects that we have going, and she's on top of it. She's taking the notes, she's asking the questions, she's like, we can do that. Oh, I already took care of that point. It's a different kind of energy. It's a kind of energy that again activates me, because by the end of the call I'm excited and I'm like, oh, you did that, okay, I'll just finish it up. Oh, what do you need from me? You got it, right? And I'm ready to go. Versus working with, say, maybe an intern or a mentee, right? Because your role is different. So in that space I am giving a lot more. I'm asking more of the questions and having to explain and do a bit more teaching, right? So it's an expense of energy. And again, depending on the level that person is in, whether they're needing a lot of guidance and asking a lot of questions and need the follow-up, you have to give more. It's like performing. It's a matter of being backstage in hair and makeup or on the stage performing.
Yes. Oh, that is so concrete, especially because y'all don't know this. Dana and I met back when we were studying singing together. So it's a totally different expenditure of energy depending on your role. And that, I would have to say, is what I'm receiving especially is like my biggest takeaway from your response to this loaded question, Dana, is that the role of who you are being matters and how much energy it takes to really be effective in that role. Like what you really brought up is how being in a leadership role, yeah, it's actually true. But if that's not your role, then actually it might be false. So I'm so grateful for this conversation with you and for you and your insight and your juicy energy. By the way, Andrea in the comments says, Goddess Dana, this is so valuable. Your energy is making me interested, right? She was loving it. We love you, Andrea. Big hugs and kisses. So as we move forward, and come to a close, I also want to celebrate bringing in your insight as a woman of color and a CEO, right? And an internet entrepreneur and a healer. I'm just so grateful because I see you as a visionary in your industry. You show up as a healing presence and with like integration and virtual assistance. Like that's such a visionary marriage. That you bring your unique perspective and these conversations that we're having, you and I and our entire tribe, as we go over the next week and a half, leading into my first Be Visionary Challenge in the Be Visionary Entrepreneur Master Manifestors Facebook group. So for everyone who's watching in, like, this is not the end of this conversation, Dana. We have to have you back, Mama, because we only really kind of hit the tip of the iceberg, especially on your expertise. But so for us to continue the conversation, head on over to the Be Visionary Entrepreneur Master Manifestors Facebook group or click the link in wherever the description is here around our live stream so that you can join us for that 5-day challenge. The vision of that challenge is to make sure that we are holding each other accountable, right? You and I, Dana, and us and everyone who's participating in the challenge on a regular basis. We hold each other accountable to being the visionaries in our lives and businesses that we have been called to be. Be visionary. Alrighty. So big love to everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next conversation. Bye, everyone. Bye, Dana. Thank you.